Welcome to the Tech Clean California onboarding video for contractors installing heat pump HVAC for incentives. This overview will cover key requirements for heat pump HVAC projects, such as incentive rates, qualifying equipment, and required documentation. This information will apply to Tech, 3CE, and HERA unless otherwise noted. First, we'll begin with a bit about HVAC incentive levels and key program requirements. Please note that the requirements mentioned in this video apply to all programs submitted at IRIS, including Tech, HERA, and 3CE, unless specified. To start things off, we'll begin with a reminder about the definitions of multifamily and single-family projects. The Tech program defines a single-family home as 1 to 4 individual freestanding single-family homes, including those with accessory dwelling units or ADUs. Whereas multifamily is defined as a property with 5 or more dwelling units. Please note that we'll share out more information about additional funding opportunities soon, and once available, we'll share a multifamily HVAC video as well. The Tech HVAC program has a budget of $25 million available. Please note that this first became available in the summer of 2024. The main goals of the Tech program are to incorporate quantitative and qualitative data to 1. Adjust incentive rates to maximize customer benefits while ensuring the program remains financially sustainable over the long term. 2. To increase the benefit per incentive dollar spent by targeting higher savings potential customers while retaining a simple overall structure. And 3. To limit bill impacts wherever possible. Some key rules to note are that all single-family residents in California qualify. Retrofit projects only. No new construction is allowed. And finally, customer requirement to enroll in a demand response program is now required. Please note that there are a few key differences between the Tech single-family HVAC and HERA single-family HVAC, including there's a separate HERA budget. Demand response is not required for HERA, and customers must be income qualified to acquire a HERA single-family HVAC rebate. Watch the HERA single-family HVAC video for more details. Let's take a look at the incentives offered from Tech Clean California. The first question contractors will need to ask when determining the incentive amount for a project is whether or not the customer had previous air conditioning. If yes, then you must also ask whether or not the previous heating system was fully decommissioned. Decommission means that the system is fully removed from operations. If the answer is yes to both of those questions, then the incentive is $1,500 per unit. If they did have previous AC but did not fully decommission the previous heating system, the incentive amount is $1,000 per unit. Proof of decommissioning will be required in the IRIS claim form. Finally, if they did not have any previous AC, the system will receive $1,000 per unit, regardless of whether or not the previous heating system was fully decommissioned. We also want to remind you of a few key rules regarding incentives. Contractors must pass 100% of the incentive to the customer. This can be done at the point of sale as an instant discount or as a delayed pass-through after you have received the incentive amount from Tech Clean California. Incentives available for all replacement types except heat pump to heat pump conversions. And then lastly, there are opportunities to stack additional incentives or rebates with the Tech incentive. To find additional incentives, visit incentives.switcheson.org/contractors. And for more information on the HERA rebate and its additional requirements, watch the single-family HERA rebates video for more details. Let's talk about what equipment qualifies for the Tech initiative. Eligible units must be ENERGY STAR listed models to allow for integration with CEC HERA rebates. Products can be 2-stage or variable capacity systems, but 1-stage systems are not eligible. New gas furnaces and hybrid systems cannot be installed as part of the heat pump project. Existing furnaces can be left in for backup heating so long as the heat pump is sized to meet the home's heating needs. To find the QPL, visit products.switcheson.org. Once there, click Heat Pumps and filter using the Eligible for Tech Clean California button. To enter the equipment in IRIS, the contractor will need to enter the AHRI number in the Source ID field. There's a maximum of systems of 2 per household. Please note that this is different from the HERA rebates that have a limit of 1 per household. Please watch the HERA videos for more information. Diving deeper into a bullet point that we mentioned on the previous slide, dual fuel systems will be allowed for systems installed with existing furnaces only. New furnaces installed alongside the heat pump or hybrid heat pumps will not be allowed. The heat pump must still be the primary heating source, sized appropriately for the home, and the furnace must be set to backup for one of the following options: set up to run in emergency scenarios only, or set up to use the blower only. If a heat pump is added to a system, we will ask a few additional questions in the claim form. What changeover temperature was programmed? What is the age of the furnace? And what controls are used to enable dual fuel operation? Diving into the limit that was mentioned on the previous slide a bit further, let's take a look at this table for specifics regarding the incentive limits per project. As you can see, the number of condensers correlates to the number of rebates that are installed. There's a max of 2 condensers incentivized per tech project. Please note, for the HERA rebate that can be layered with tech, there's a limit of 1 unit per household that can be incentivized. For more information regarding HERA rebates, please watch the HERA onboarding videos or visit the tech contractor knowledge base and search HERA for more details. One important document that must be uploaded into the claim form is the full HERS package. If it's required by the local authority having jurisdiction, or the AHJ, then tech will also require that it's submitted into the claim form. The submission must include all pages of the HERS report, the CF1R, 2R, and 3R. Allowable exceptions for not providing a HERS report include: the building is a mobile home, the system is a ductless mini-split in an exempt climate zone, asbestos is present, or other. If other, you must input the reason into the IRIS claim field. If the project meets any of the above circumstances and a HERS test is not required, then a PNL quality install export containing nameplate photos of the condenser of the new equipment is required in lieu of a HERS package. Please watch the PNNL quality install video for more information. One document that is required for the claim form is the customer invoice, the invoice for the project shared between the contractor and customer. This document should include the invoice date, which must be dated on or after launch date, the customer name, the project address, the tech incentive and the full amount, any additional anticipated incentives and discounts, equipment details including quantity, and all related project costs. The amount entered in IRIS should be total costs prior to internal or external incentives and discounts being removed. Another document that the tech team requires is an itemized statement of work. This document is similar to the customer invoice in that it includes all of the above information plus an itemized equipment and labor costs for all relevant project costs. Contractors should create this using one of the templates that the team provides. See templates on the itemized statement of work knowledge base article. This does not need to be shared with customers. These itemized costs will not be reported on a per contractor basis. They will only be aggregated for regional statistics on the tech public reporting site. All single-family HVAC projects will require the submission of customer-signed tech terms and conditions, or T's and C's. This document is found on the Switches On Incentives Resources page with options in multiple languages. See the switcheson.org/contractors-incentive-resources. This document must be included at the time of reservation. It must be dated on or after our launch date, and it must be completely filled out. We reserve the right to reject reservations that do not have all the required information. Looking at the T's and C's a little bit closer, they must have the customer name, the customer address, the customer signature, an account holder signature, demand response enrollment confirmation, dated on or after launch date, and the document must be fully completed or reservation and/or claim will be rejected. Please ensure that required boxes are checked and information must match what you type into IRIS. Please reference the knowledge base article, Customer Terms and Conditions and Invoice Requirements on our knowledge base for more information about allowable signature dates. Please note that this is not a HERA requirement and there's an opt-out checkbox for projects only pursuing HERA rebates. As a reminder, there is a partner heat pump HVAC program, Central Coast Community Energy, or 3CE's Electrify Your Home program that also offers HVAC incentives. There are expanded incentives available for verified customers of 3CE, with additional incentives for LMI customers below 150% AMI, verified through Tech Income Verification Portal, and for electrical upgrades. Projects cannot be replacing electric heat. Existing furnaces must be fully decommissioned or set to blower only, and there are multifamily and heat pump water heater incentives also available. These incentives are concurrently applied for in IRIS when you create a single-family HVAC application. For more information, visit our knowledge base. Another partner program offering is the CEC HERA rebate. Expanded rebates for verified low to moderate income customers who are below 150% of the area median income, or AMI. There's an additional $200 installer incentive for contractors per approved project below 80% AMI. Multifamily rebates are also available. Demand response enrollment is not required. There are additional required pre- and post-install testing and reporting. The participant must sign an additional HERA TPPA or agreement document to opt into the program. More information about the program is available on additional training videos. Viewing of those videos is required to offer the HERA rebates. Next, we'll chat through the reservation requirements for claims. Pre-approved reservations are a requirement for all single-family HVAC projects. As soon as you have the information to reserve a claim, which we will outline on the next slide, you should start a reservation in IRIS to ensure the project will be pre-approved for funding. One key timing element to keep in mind is that reservations expire 120 days after they have been pre-approved by default. We can extend reservations on a case-by-case basis. Please email tech.contractor@energy-solution.com with a request prior to your reservation expiring, and an account manager will provide instructions. Finally, reservations are for a specific customer. Once a reservation is submitted for pre-approval, the address and customer name cannot be changed. If the customer information changes between an approved reservation and a submitted claim, it may be subject to rejection. Valid reservations must have the following required information in IRIS: customer address, customer name, 3CE customer status, customer AMI range, signed Tech customer terms and conditions uploaded into IRIS, date of Tech customer T's and C's signature typed manually into IRIS, previous primary fuel type, previous air conditioning status, projected installed equipment, quantity, qualifying product status, backup heating. For low to moderate income projects, are there any other federal incentives, proof of income range, and an installation county? We'll be talking about AMI range and income verification on later slides. Detailed content is also available in an income verification video. Let's take a look at the reservation process for single-family HVAC claims. Please note that this is under development at the time of recording, so there may be slight differences in final appearance on the website. As a first step, to create a new reservation on the main dashboard of IRIS, click the button New Pre-Approval located at the top right of the screen. From there, you'll be asked to provide the required information and documentation. This is the information that was highlighted on a previous slide. Once all information has been inputted into the pre-approval, you'll submit the reservation. From there, a pre-approval object will be created for the entire project, and a funder request will be created within that object for all programs this project might be eligible for. Next, based on the answers you provided, the funder requests will be approved, or rejected within 2 weeks. Please note that a separate funder request will show up for each incentive that you are applying for in IRIS. As an example, if you're just applying for tech, only one funder request will appear. If you're applying for tech, HERA, and 3CE, you would have 3 funder requests appear. Once all the funder requests for your reservation have been approved or rejected, you are approved to move forward with your project and can turn your reservation into a claim by pressing the Start a Claim for this pre-approval button. If the customer information changes between an approved reservation and a submitted claim, it may be subject to rejection. Once the pre-approval has been created into a claim, you'll need to fill out the rest of the claim form. We'd like to now point out a few new IRIS fields that are required for all single-family HVAC projects. These will always show up and do not show up only when certain answers are provided in other questions. Is this a 3CE customer? What income range does this customer fall into? Did the customer confirm they will enroll in a demand response program? What is your existing heating distribution type? Did the customer have a previous AC system? Invoice material cost, or the total cost for all materials used on the project. Did you install backup electric resistance heat strips? And the terms and conditions signed date. There will be several new dependent claim extension questions as well. These are questions that show up when you answer a previous question with a certain answer. Let's take a look at a few examples. For the question, did the customer confirm that they will enroll in a demand response program? And the answer is yes. The claim will populate the additional question, which demand response program did the customer enroll in? For the question, was HERS testing required? An answer of yes will require a HERS report upload, while an answer of no will require a P&L QI tool report upload and a HERS exemption reasoning. Please pause to read other dependent claim extensions on the claim form. We'd also like to take a moment to point out that there are a variety of new IRIS claim questions that are specifically required for projects when applying for the HERA rebate. Those include, how would the customer prefer to receive their program experience survey? Installation county? Were there any combustion appliances left in the home after the retrofit? Are there signs of mold or moisture in or outside the home? What is the roof condition? What is the drainage system condition? Were all safety check results disclosed to the homeowner? Condition of floor area? Limited HVAC assessment form? Home safety assessment form? Has the customer received any other federal funding, including IRA, for their heat pump installation? Does the ambient CO test pass? Does the spillage test pass? Does the gas leak detection test pass? Does the undiluted CO test pass? Does the venting test pass? In a combustion safety form. Next, we'll transition to the demand response requirement for heat pump HVAC. First, what do the new requirements mean and why are they important? Demand response programs reward customers for making temporary changes in energy usage, usually to reduce electricity usage during peak hours. As California continues to electrify, we see in the evening or peak hours that there is more electricity demand on the grid as compared to the middle of the day when solar and clean energy are more abundant. This makes it harder for California to provide enough clean electricity to meet that evening demand for electricity. So, in order to continue to electrify and make California's electricity supply cleaner with more renewable resources, we have to shift some of the electricity demand out of the evening hours and into the daytime. Demand response programs help make this happen by encouraging participants to make slight changes to their electricity usage during the times that matter most. There are all sorts of demand response programs which customers can enroll in to meet this requirement. Some will text or email customers to reduce energy usage during summer evenings. Some will actually connect to technology such as smart thermostats and communicate automatically with the equipment so that customers don't have to actively do anything to save energy. Even when appliances are connected, customers always have the option to adjust their equipment settings or opt out. And to sweeten the deal, demand response programs reward customers financially for signing up and/or for participating on an ongoing basis. We have a flyer for all this for you to provide to your customers. It will explain these concepts and the benefits as well as address common concerns. Both this flyer and the program terms and conditions will link to more information about demand response program choices. Please note that demand response enrollment is required for Tech HVAC and 3CE HVAC incentives, but it is not required for HERA rebates. Now, we'll go into the details of what's being asked of customers and contractors for the demand response requirement. For demand response, the customer will specifically agree to the requirement by checking boxes on the Tech Program Terms and Conditions document, which they will need to sign. If the customer doesn't have an eligible demand response program in their area listed on our program website, then the enrollment option requirements do not apply to them. Contractors will need to confirm that all necessary boxes on the terms and conditions are checked, or else the incentive cannot be paid. The terms and conditions contains links and QR codes for customers to learn more information and review their enrollment options. For the demand response program enrollment, all customers must actively enroll in a qualifying demand response program. We can't facilitate this on the back end for them. Customers will have the option to enroll in any qualifying DR program of their choice, as discussed on the previous slide. There are many options. Enrollment can take as little as 3 minutes, and contractors are encouraged to familiarize themselves with these options, and they're invited to call out any option which they think will be the best fit for their customer to help narrow those choices. Contractors are expected to help the customer enroll before completing the sale. Our last segment is about some final reminders for your project. Friendly reminder to stay up to date on the Tech and Partner Program budgets to ensure funding is available. Check out the links on screen for the budget table, as well as a knowledge base article, How to Navigate the Tech Budget Table, for more details on how to read that table. The budget table is updated at least weekly. The program team sends budget emails at least once a week when the budget is running low, and when funding is nearly reserved, we aim to announce via email the last day to create reservations. Please note, however, that funding is first come, first served. Any reservation created is not guaranteed to be approved in funding until budget impact is clear. As we end this video, we wanted to leave you with some resources for navigating the Tech program. Please pause and read through the complete list. Thank you very much for attending this training and participating in Tech Clean California to install heat pump HVAC. We look forward to working with you.